What's up, ladies and gentlemen? CSW Customs back with another video, and today we have not one but two customs for you guys here today. So we'll go ahead and get into them. First, we got this Gabe kid that I'm doing. I did a Gabe kid, but I'm redoing it because I never really was fully satisfied with how it looked. So today I'm redoing it. Acetoned all the original designs off that I had. I'm gonna go back over this with some black so it's a bit cleaner. Head scan from Headeration. I'll leave a link in the description for that if anyone is interested. And for the decals, of course, from Curb Stomp. Got all the tattoos and the gear in there. And the second custom we're doing a Kyle Fletcher. His like pink gear that he's been wearing recently. I need to go back over it with another layer of this, but you know, we got the head scan from Headeration. Probably the best Kyle Fletcher head scan that's out there. For the formula, I'm Seth Rollins torso. I'm gonna probably paint these arms to match the skin tone a bit better. I might just paint over the whole torso. And then the legs are Ultimate Edition Triple H. They're a little bit loose, but I'll tighten them up. And what really annoys me about this Kyle Fletcher are the decals. I bought his tattoo decals, but like a week after I bought them, like literally I think it was the day I actually got these in, Curb Stomp came out with the pink Kyle Fletcher gear. I already got the tattoos though, and I originally just planned to paint the gear. I think I'm still gonna do that, but if it doesn't look good, I'll end up getting decals, but you know, we'll see about that. So, I mean, that really does annoy me, but we do have Kyle Fletcher's decals here, all the tattoos. And these two should be pretty fun to do. I'm excited. There's a few more customs I'm working on, like this Josh Alexander gear. Probably gonna go with his, I'm already going with his blue, red, and white gear that he wore. It's the gear he wore against Speedball in the 1 hour match. That's a freaking instant classic. So we do have an Ultimate Edition Josh Alexander. I'm not going to be making a video on that just because there's a lot of hand painting that has to go into it, that I have to get a lot of designs and tattoos that I've already gone up for this. But one thing that I will be making a video of, this Will Ospreay commission project. I'm gonna repaint all that black. I sculpted a beard on there, and by the time this video is out, this Ospreay may already be done and the video may be in the works. So, you know, we'll see about that. That's gonna be on camera. It is gonna be a hand painted gear, but I'll just use some designs I can find online. But for the Josh Alexander, the reason that's not going to be a video is because I've already gotten a whole bunch of screenshots for his tattoos, and it would just be really time consuming because it already took a long time to find all those pictures, and it would be time consuming to have to get them all up on my tablet and then have to film the whole process. And I feel like I'd just do a better job with the tattoos off camera. But enough of the yapping here. We're going to go ahead and get into these Gabe Kid and Kyle Fletcher customs. I'm excited for this one. We didn't really get into the formula for Gabe Kid. It's the Carmelo Hayes torso repainted, Bret Hart Ultimate Edition arms, CM Punk crotch piece, CM Punk legs. I believe these are Triple H lower legs. I'm not sure. And for the boots, I actually have basic, what is it? Scott Dawson was his name in NXT, aka Dax Hardwood in AEW. And they're basic, and I know they're basic. Some people don't like it. Don't like having basic boots. I personally don't mind it. It's for my personal collection anyways. So, you know, I don't mind them. They don't have the side-to-side ankle rocker, but honestly, that kind of makes them less loose in my opinion, and I feel like that just kind of makes it better in a way. I'm not sure. Not necessarily better, but it's just, I don't really mind it. So yeah. we're gonna get into these customs right now. Alright, so we do already have the decals cut up here, and I did already go ahead and paint the pink on the trunks for Fletcher and the black on the trunks for Kid. And I'm just going over putting on the decals one decal at a time. And they are outdated decals because I bought these decals before Curb Stomp added the updated decals of this gear, actually. So I did go in and just fill in those decals with some paint. I think they look really good. But yeah, just putting in those decals, trying to get them the right placement. Not all of them are 100% accurate, but they're pretty good, I think. And I'm putting these hand decals on now. And there's not any arrow decals. I'm not sure if he had that tattoo from the gear that he wore, which I bought these decals from. So I did paint that on, but it does look pretty good in my opinion. So now we're just finishing up these arm decals. I believe we got 2 more to put on, 3 more maybe. One on the big dragon tattoo thing. And then there is one more, and I think I placed it a little bit too much up, and so that kind of messed with the filler decals that I did, as Gabe Kid keeps freaking falling. But yeah, I placed it a little bit wrong, but it doesn't look terrible in my opinion. I think I did a pretty good job on these decals. Now for the Gabe Kid decals, the gear is very simple. I did cut the knee decal because I didn't want to put the whole thing on because it would just rub with the knee pad. But the knee decals are pretty simple. Just circles, cut them out, put them on there, let that dry, and then the trunks are also very simple. Now for the arm tattoos, that big arm tattoo that you see right there, that took forever. It was, as you can see, just one big decal that I had to fit on there. A lot of micro set, but it does look good in my opinion. And now we're painting the heads. These took a while, so I just did like one really thin layer and then cut the cameras and did the rest. So there's a Gabe Kid. Again, just a super thin layer. Took like 8 layers, I think, to fully get there, and boom, just like magic, they're all painted up. Now I'm going over with just to give it some more red areas, some more realistic look here. The lips, the eyes here. And then we're getting the eyelashes of Fletcher and then the eyes in there. Same thing with Gabe Kid as well. So I did have to go back on these eyes a few times because I never was too happy with how they looked, but I am happy with how they look now in the end. Got Gabe's teeth in there. Now we're painting the hair of Fletcher. Just getting the buzzed look. Same thing with Gabe Kid. Now we're getting this orange brown color that I accidentally spilled a little on my desk and on the hand of that basic I used to paint the heads. But yeah, just that orangish beard looks pretty good for the orange beards like Moxley and Kid. Now we're actually going over the designs on Fletcher. I did go ahead and paint all of that silver on the kick pads off cameras because that was pretty time consuming. But this took quite a while to get all those details in for the dragon. But I am happy with how it turned out in the end. I think I did a pretty good job. Hand painted too, so a little bit harder. Obviously decals would look better. I might make this, next time I make this, I'll definitely get decals. But yeah, now I'm just doing the stars, which I'm actually very happy with how the stars came out. They looked pretty good. I don't think I really messed them up at all. So yeah, I'm just happy with how that turned out. But now for the actual gear, I did sketch over what I need to paint, and I'm just going over with it in white right now, and then I'm going to go back over on top of that white with some more pink, and then I'm just going to bring it all together in the end. As you can see, Fletcher, the font that he uses for his logo, it's a very complicated font to get, but it looks just absolutely sick. He has like a whole bunch of like designs in there in the back and stuff. So I'm just really happy with how that turned out. There we do have the wrist tape, you can see right there that I applied, but we are almost done with this Kyle Fletcher custom, and so I'll go ahead and send it back to the finished product in just a moment. Alright guys, that just about does it for these custom Gabe Kid and Kyle Fletcher custom figures, and man, I'm really happy with how these turned out. First over here, we'll take a look at Gabe Kid. Just the decals on this one. I'm really happy with how the arm decal came out. I'm pretty sure that this is supposed to be a little bit moved more here. That's my bad. And I mean, Curb Stomp sent the decal literally just one big decal, so I kind of had to like maneuver around and find a way to get all of that in there and fitting well, but everything is really good. Even the joint still moves up and down, doesn't even mess up the decal either. Then this decal over here obviously looks good. And for these wrist tapes, I'm doing something new, and I'm really liking how it looks. This is the first time I'm doing it, but I got these athletic tapes off Amazon. It was like $8 for all three of these, and I just pull apart. I have a piece right here. Just pull a little bit of it off, take a razor blade and cut it very thin, and then wrap it around. And I think it looks a lot better to thin it and then wrap it around like that instead of just straight up just putting the tape on there, because I think this gives it a lot more of a realistic look. And I'm really happy with how these turned out. These head scans, of course, both from Headeration. I'll leave a link in description to that. Love these. This Gabe Kid is just an amazing head scan. He also has his ear decal right there. And obviously the painted torso, it doesn't chip or anything. It can go up and down, and it is still perfectly fine there. I do probably need to go in and blend some black over here. And then the knee, I didn't actually put the whole knee decal just because I didn't want to have to take the knee pad off and then put the whole decal and then let it dry and then cut it and then put the knee pad back up there, and I would probably just mess up the knee decal if I would have just if I put the knee pad up there. It would have probably made the knee decal kind of rub off a bit, maybe. I'm not sure. I just didn't want to go and do all that. But really happy with how this Gabe Kid turned out. Put these basic Scott Dawson boots on there. They're basic. I don't really mind them. He doesn't fall over. He stands pretty well, and I think they look really good. So I really do not mind them. And this Kyle Fletcher, man, the real star of the show here, you can say. I love how this came out. This Headeration head scan is the best Kyle Fletcher head scan on the market. I think looks just great. I've got the wrist tape, and I also painted some of that tape pink, and then made his little armband. Here's the gear, hand painted by me. I'm pretty proud of how this came out. This little dragon design there, the stars right there. And the tattoos, the decals from Curb Stomp, City decals, and Curb Stomp actually added decals for this gear the week after I ordered some tattoo decals. So he does have the tattoo decals, but the decals were outdated. So I did fill in. So all of these stars were filled in by me this like cage type design, also filled in by me. And it looks like, I don't think it looks bad at all, because the mix between the actual decal and the paint just makes it look really nice in my opinion. Here's also the little arrow on the finger, because there wasn't a decal for that, I don't think. But yeah, I mean, I love how this came out. Necklace is from the Elite, I forgot what series it was. It was like maybe 105, 107. I completely forgot, honestly. But that's what that necklace is from. It looks a lot like Fletcher's necklace. I'm very happy with how that came out. And I even have an interchangeable hand so that he doesn't always have to have his pointer hand in. So you can just put that on there, and now he still has his tattoos, but he can have that. But I am gonna put the pointer hand back on it just for the sake of the video looking better. I love how this looks. The wrist tape too really ties it all in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, thank you guys for watching this custom video. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe for more. I also added this little light bar at the top of where I shoot my customs, so you know, I can change the colors around. Now it's not wanting to change. There we go. I'll just keep it white for the rest of the video. If I can get to work, there we go. The sensor's in the back, so I kind of gotta like get here to change it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to go ahead and like and subscribe. You know, comment what customs you want next, you know, what you think about these customs, what I can improve, what you think I do good. And I'll see you guys in the next video, where we will likely be working on this custom Will Osprey. See you guys in the next video.